Hi guys! This week we are learning beginning, middle, and end. Beginning is what happens first in the story. End is what happens last in the story. And the middle is what happens in between. So we're going to read a little story together, and then we're going to answer some questions. So Ted sees a nest fall from a tree. It has 3 blue eggs in it. Ted picks up the nest. Ted sets the nest back in the tree. There is our story. So let's see. Number 1 says to write a sentence that tells what happens at the beginning of the story. So remember, beginning is what happens first. So the first thing that happened was that Ted sees a nest fall from the tree. So it does say to write it, but it's a little difficult for me to write it using this little pen. So I'm just going to draw my arrow. This would be our first or our beginning. Ted sees a nest fall from the tree. Then it wants us to write a sentence that tells what happens in the middle of the story. So let's see what happens in the middle. Remember, beginning is what happens first. End is what happens last, and the middle is what happens in between. So it has 3 blue eggs in it. Ted picks up the nest. Ted sets the nest back in the tree. So there are a couple of things that happen in the middle of the story. So we can just pick one of them. I'm going to pick the one that actually has Ted doing something. So I'm going to pick that Ted picks up the nest. So this is what happens in the middle of the story. So at home, I want you guys to try to do the third one. You can either tell your parents, you can draw a picture, you can act it out like it says. So you need to draw a picture or tell your parent what happens at the end of the story. At the end of the story. So at the beginning, what happened first was Ted sees a nest fall from a tree. The middle of the story was that Ted picks up the nest. What happens last? You guys are looking for that last. Have a good day.